Welcome back to Two Boost Tube. Today we are talking WrestleMania 41. It happened, the dust had settled. I wanted to share some of my highlight matches. I also want to discuss if any of my predictions came true and also give some thoughts on the nights overall and where we go from here. Before we get into the matches themselves, though, let's talk about the set for WrestleMania. I thought the actual set, the stage, was really well done. I thought the set for WrestleMania 41 was better than the previous year. I like the size of it, the verticality, how they utilized everything for the entrances, how they had seats actually in the set itself, which I thought was unique. I thought it was extremely well done. It definitely stood up to the spectacle and the size and the grandeur of WrestleMania. Kicking things off, I have to mention Jey Uso versus Gunter for the World Heavyweight Championship. I thought this was a good match. Jey Uso definitely wanted to show that he has more of a moveset than we had been led to believe. If you look at his match last year with Jimmy compared to this match, it was leaps and bounds better. Gunter, of course, always solid in his matches. It was physical, some good spots, some false finishes, and then in the end, Jey Uso actually beats Gunter by submission, which is the same submission that Gunter also did on Jimmy, which was also a bit poetic. As I predicted, Jey Uso got his moment. He got to engage with the crowd with the new belt, being the new champion, and also got to share a heartfelt moment with Jimmy, which was extremely nice to see. So congrats to Jey, Jade, and Naomi. I also thought this was a good match. I thought, again, Jade got to definitely expand on her moveset and do a few things that she perhaps hadn't had the opportunity or wasn't able to try before. They were able to do that in this match. One that comes to mind is the jackhammer spot that she did on Naomi. We also got Naomi expanding on her heel character with her entrance, new music, a new look. Tells me that we may see Naomi in this heel role for some time. I don't think this will be the end of the Naomi and Jade feud, especially considering, jumping ahead here, what happened with Bianca in her triple threat match to kick off night 2, but more on that a little bit later. El Grande Americano versus Rey Fenix. It was supposed to be Rey Mysterio, but turned out that Rey Fenix had to step in due to Rey Mysterio getting injured. This is great to see with Rey Fenix just having been in WWE for only a few months, for him to get the opportunity to be on the grandest stage of them all and have this match with El Grande Americano. I thought it was solid. El Grande Americano, what more can I say? The guy, again, just being on the scene is proving his spot. And really, I think getting over pretty well. I thought his entrance was hilarious with the mariachi band. It was a great heel entrance. It was a great nod to what he considers the lucha culture. I'm very interested to see where this goes. He's been taking the world by storm, and he's winning over the hearts of those out there, whoever this person may be. El Grande Americano appears to be here to stay. Tiffany versus Charlotte Flair for the title. I am glad to see Tiffany winning the title. It's good to see Charlotte Flair also put her over. I do feel like at some points things were kind of a little stiff here and there, but overall still a good match. Charlotte, regardless of what you say about her, I think she is one of the best in the business. I thought the build-up, even though perhaps if it was intentional or not, the kind of personal storyline added to the story that led into this match really kept me invested, and it was nice to see Tiffy continue to be champion and move on from here. Curious to see where Charlotte goes at this point, if she will start in a feud or still remain in the title picture, but we may have to wait until SmackDown to see that. Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight, another banger. I enjoyed this match. Both of the men gave it everything they had. It was excellent to see Jacob Fatu finally get his time in WrestleMania, and I think it was well deserved. Jacob Fatu ends up being United States champion. To see what this does with the bloodline or the remaining bloodline members out there. Jacob Fatu, with his size, doing the type of things that he was doing just doesn't make sense. The aerial things that he's able to do, the speed that he has, it's always great to see. And again, I can't wait to see what he does being the new United States champion. And of course, I have to talk about the main event of night 1, the triple threat match between Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns, and also Paul Heyman coming in at the side of CM Punk initially. Amazing entrances from all three wrestlers. CM Punk's package that they shot was about his past, and the emotional package got me. Then his entrance, having Cult of Personality played live with the band Living Color, doing that together was awesome to see. But the match itself just goes to show why these three are the best in the business. It was physical, you had emotion, you had story, the pacing was good. And then we get to the culmination of the match where you think that Paul Heyman is going to side with CM Punk and take out Roman and make this the nail in the coffin in their relationship. But no, he actually crosses both CM Punk and Roman Reigns, joins forces with Seth Rollins. That caught me by surprise. I didn't expect it. I thought he would stick with CM Punk, but turns out he is rolling with Seth Rollins. If you watch the Raw after Mania, you know now that they are starting to expand their team, expand their faction, if you will, and they've added Braun Breaker into the fray now. So I am very, very intrigued where this goes from here, but it was an excellent match, probably the best match of night one, and deservedly so. Night two, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre was great, as expected. It was super physical. They left everything out in the ring. And of course, Drew McIntyre came out on top, which I was glad to see. I feel like he did get his full WrestleMania moment, his full win, considering last year he won, but it was for about 3 minutes, and then Damian cashed in on him. Now he got his revenge from last year and can call himself a WrestleMania winner. Drew is always solid, no matter who he's paired with. He makes the most out of the situation that he's in and makes it extremely worth watching. The Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship may be one of my favorites of night two, maybe even of the whole night. All four gentlemen that were in this match gave it their all. It was great to see, and a prediction that I actually got wrong is Dominic Mysterio ends up winning the Intercontinental title. I'm not completely mad about it. Would like to see Penta, but still, having been in WWE for only a few months, he's able to be in this match, have a WrestleMania match, and still get his spotlight. Dominic Mysterio wins over the crowd in real time. He comes out to crazy boos. This was a guy that was getting booed so bad before he couldn't even talk. The pop when he actually won the title was huge. People were chanting his name, Dirty Dom. He's one of those heels that you love to hate. Very curious to see the dynamic in the Judgment Day between him being the one with the gold and him having faced Finn in the match. Is there still some jealousy there in the Raw after WrestleMania that Finn is cool, at least right now, but we'll see. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. I liked the match itself, as I thought. Would like to have seen AJ win, but actually Logan Paul ended up winning the match. Again, it might be controversial, but I think Logan Paul puts on good matches. But when you're partnered with AJ Styles, that definitely helps things look even better. I thought it was a solid match. It was a good pairing. Interested to see also how Karrion Kross fits into the AJ Styles dynamic. We saw a video post WrestleMania with Karrion Kross kind of having a pipe bomb moment that went extremely, extremely viral. So perhaps they will build on that and give him more opportunities. We shall see. I just realized I totally forgot to mention Braun Breaker, but that's okay because it's worth him having his own moment. Yes, he did lose the Intercontinental Champion. However, having watched the Raw after WrestleMania, we know that he has also aligned with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. So he has moved into another realm, taking out Roman Reigns and CM Punk. And very exciting to see what this faction, what I believe would be a faction, will become. So Braun Breaker, he does lose, but I think even though he lost, there may be some more wins for him and more dominance for him in the future. Jumping around, we have to talk about the opener of the night, the triple threat match for the Women's Championship, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. This may be one of my very favorites of both night one and night two. We started off night two with a bang. All these ladies left everything out there in the ring. The spots, the pacing, the entertainment, the excitement, the flow of everything went so well. These three women are the best in the business. I predicted that Rhea Ripley would win, but she actually ended up losing, and Io Sky retained. Since we've watched the Raw after WrestleMania, we do know that Rhea Ripley is still fighting for an opportunity to run it back and get her chance at the title. I would like to see Bianca Belair perhaps get back in the feud with Jade and Naomi and kind of seal things up as far as that relationship between the two. The main event of night two, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Let's start with the entrances. Cody Rhodes' entrance I thought was pretty cool. I like the helmet, the Iron Man style helmet that he came out with. John Cena, I like the simplistic kind of black back with just white letters. John Cena, super simple, dark, heel kind of look. The match itself, I thought was pretty solid. This match showcased a little bit more of an expanded moveset for John Cena. It was actually, I thought, a wrestling match. It was going good. And then, of course, we got the introduction of Travis Scott. People were wondering, would Travis Scott be involved after him smacking Cody in the face? Would he get that receipt? Well, he did get that receipt in a form of a crossroads. However, it would appear as though it costed Cody, because that gave time for John Cena to strategize, brings the belt in the ring, ends up taking out Cody with the championship belt, and wins his 17th championship. Now, I predicted that Cody Rhodes would retain. However, I'm not against the notion of John Cena keeping the title. Nice to see him get number 17, and it's nice to see where we go from here with him as the heel champion. We know that Randy Orton has stepped up and taken him out on the Raw after Mania, so I would presume that they're going to have a match at Backlash, which Randy Orton and John Cena, I don't think you can go any wrong there. The question is, where does Cody Rhodes go from here? Does he take a break? Does he continue to chase after the title? Does he turn heel? We don't know. We know he was absent from Raw. We'll see if he shows up on SmackDown this week after Mania. Overall, I thought the match was good. I know some people would have wanted The Rock to get involved to kind of seal that storyline as well. But I thought at least having Travis Scott come back gave a little bit of closure to the original interaction between Cena, The Rock, and Cody. More intrigued to see what Cena can do. I know in some of the promos and interviews he's done after WrestleMania, he's really spoken facts into how the crowd kind of turned on Cody at the last minute, where you had them cheering him and supporting him in the build, and then at the SmackDown before WrestleMania, and then at WrestleMania themselves, the crowd just completely turned and was just supporting John Cena, which gives more reliability to some of the claims that he has made as a heel up until this point. Very interesting to see where it goes. Overall, if I look at the whole night, I can find things to appreciate. I think, as I've said, this is a stacked roster right now. There's so much talent, and to have two nights where we get the chance to come together on both nights and enjoy what these wrestlers, entertainers do in that squared circle, to me, is always awesome to see. Could things, of course, be better? Yes. Would I like to see stories go a certain way? Of course. But for me, if it doesn't happen, I'm still intrigued to see where they go from here. I know there's been a lot of online reactions of folks calling the whole night a mess and the worst WrestleMania ever. I think it was good. Is it the best WrestleMania of all time? Maybe not, but there was definitely things to enjoy. The fact that we get both these nights and we get several hours of a variety of matches and a variety of talent that's able to come out there was something you could find in there to love. Those are my kind of quick thoughts and my reaction on WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. It was a great time. It's always fun coming together with family and friends to be able to sit down and enjoy the moments and predict things and trash talk and really take in everything that happens, not only just on that night, but the week leading up as well. Thought the Hall of Fame was also good. There's so much to enjoy as a wrestling fan, and I'm grateful to kind of be part of this community. If you enjoyed it, that's a good thing. If you didn't enjoy it, hey, there's always next year. This is the challenge of WWE, is trying to get close or even sometimes top the previous WrestleMania. It seems like it's such a challenging task to take, and they find ways to at least get close to that every single year. And for me, I think that's commendable. What did you think? What was your highlight of the night? What is your thought on this WrestleMania? How does it compare to other WrestleManias? Do you have a favorite MVP of the night? Who's your favorite champion? And what predictions do you have moving forward? I'd love to know. Thank you for tuning in. If you stuck around this long, please consider leaving a like and also subscribe if you want to come back and hang out with us more. This is Tubu's Tube, and we are signing off. Peace.